How do we fix the intelligence community? Because that's the topic of your book, Big Intel.
Sure. Well, it's easy to say, and a lot of our friends say, just abolish the FBI, abolish the CIA. And well, that's a good slogan, but it's a terrible policy because we need counterintelligence. We need to fight organized crime. We need to fight child trafficking, illegal immigration for that matter. We need a foreign intelligence service so we know what's happening around the world so our presidents can make decisions. What we don't need is an apparat that's bloated, that's lost a sense of mission, that's bureaucratic and is just looking for retirement and then their next gig as a contractor beyond retirement. And we certainly don't need something that's going to be targeted against American citizens. So with the FBI, and I've talked to a lot of FBI veterans about this who I trust, real good patriotic people, and they disagree on a lot of what I say because they still think it can be fixed. But I think it's because people love the brand. FBI still has a good brand, or kind of a cool brand. CIA still has a kind of a cool brand. But it's just a brand that's gone bad. So it's like Bud Light, right? Nobody wants it anymore. So this is kind of the Bud Light of intelligence that we have. So these should be carefully dismantled in a plan. So I take the criminal branch of the FBI that investigates federal crime and parcel it out to the U.S. Marshals Service, which hasn't become as woke yet. That's our oldest law enforcement agency. George Washington created it. Put that in the FBI Academy with the U.S. Marshals. Take the counterintelligence and the counterespionage parts of the FBI, move them over to what President George W. Bush created as a brainchild of a lot of our friends associated with the Center for Security Policy. It was then called the National Counterintelligence Executive. Move it over there. Take certain other parts. The FBI doesn't need to have a firearms investigation unit when we already have an ATF. So why have two? Push it over to ATF, and then we'll deal with ATF later. Just get it out of the FBI. Doesn't mean we have to transfer everybody there, but transfer the functions there and some of the personnel. Similar with the CIA. It's bloated. We only have 1,500 CIA operatives around the world in our different embassies. It's not very much. Why do we need, tens of thousands in the whole CIA? And a lot of their analysis is just not good anyway, and we know that just from the leaks that we see in the press. So pare that down a lot and then split the CIA into a clandestine service and then into a separate analytical organization and intelligence collection and analysis. And then get a grip on everything, and then we'll at least have broken things up so they can't be used against us. And then in the course of doing that, you can purge out a lot of the bad elements because you're abolishing their positions as you're transferring the functions.
This sounds like a blueprint that needs to be handed directly to the Trump campaign and say, start talking about this. When he stays on message on border and other things, people love it and they go nuts. This is a message that needs to be taken right now to that campaign or whomever is going to be running for president. Okay, go to Biden campaign or whoever. This will resonate with the American people. So thank you so much for writing this book. How can people get copies of the book Big Intel?
So you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on Barnes & Noble, on any online, Google Play, Apple, and it's for sale also at Costco.
Oh, wonderful. And what's the best way to follow your work? I know they can go to the Center for Security Policy website. What are the best ways to follow what you're writing?
Sure. So our website is securefreedom.org for the Center for Security Policy, and I'm on Twitter at @JMichaelWaller.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good Twitter following. Whenever you retweet something I tweeted, I get lots of attention, so I really appreciate that. Well, thank you so much, Mike. Hey, we're going to summarize all this in our free economic battle plan. You can get a copy at economicwarroom.com. Remember, what we see as a marketplace, our enemies view as a battle space. This is Kevin Freeman from the Economic War Room.